Welcome to the deep dive. We cut through the noise to give you those essential, actionable insights. Today, we're jumping into something really important. It's this whole phenomenon of fake charity vlogs and how they're getting so good at exploiting, well, our trust, our basic desire to help.
Exactly. We're digging into sources like that recent big report, the Charity Vlog Scam Trap. We want to give you a solid guide for spotting this kind of digital deception, because honestly, the ways they manipulate people are getting pretty sophisticated.
They really are. And our mission here is pretty straightforward. We want to arm you, the listener, with the right knowledge. We want you to become like a scam spotting super viewer. So your compassion, your money, it goes where it actually makes a difference to real causes. And hey, if you appreciate getting insights like this, please do check out Mind Expansion Daily. There's loads more great info over there. Also, a quick favor, if you could hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. Seriously, those likes, they're gold for the algorithm. Helps get this stuff seen. And look, if you really find this valuable, feel free to buy us a coffee. The link's right down there in the description. Easy peasy. Oh, and one more thing, a challenge for you. Drop a comment. Tell us if you agree or disagree with what we covered today. And while you're at it, let us know where you're listening from. We're trying to boost our worldwide reach. Okay, let's get back into the details here.
Right. So if we look at the sheer scale of this, as of October 2nd, 2025, it's kind of staggering. You've got over 2 million charity-related videos floating around on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, everywhere. And the money involved. Statista says this content drives something like $15 billion in donations every year. So it's not some small niche thing. It's huge.
$15 billion. Wow. Just flowing through these video appeals. That's massive.
It is. But, inside that huge number, there's this really dark undercurrent. The financial launch data, that's what really jumped out from the sources. The FTC reported, what was it, $2.7 billion lost just to charity scams overall in 2024. But here's the kicker. Vlogs, video content specifically, were responsible for 40% of those losses.
40% just from vlogs. That's disproportionately high, isn't it? It makes you wonder, why blogs? Why are they so much more effective for scammers compared to like old school scam emails or fake websites?
Well, I think it taps into something psychological about video, right? It creates this instant, almost manufactured sense of connection. Unlike just reading text, a vlog gives you a face, maybe tears, a dramatic setting. It feels like a real-time emotional hit. And that kind of bypasses our critical thinking sometimes. The sad part is this means genuine organizations, like UNICEF, which reported an $8 billion impact. They're constantly fighting an uphill battle. Their format is being hijacked.
And it's not like this format is slowing down either. I saw one source, TubeBuddy, I think, mentioned charity vlogs have grown like 300% since 2020. It really took off after COVID, right? When everyone was online more, feeling maybe more connected globally. And we have to be fair, there's amazing stuff happening too. Like Mr. Beast, his challenge is raising $50 million for hospitals in 2025. That's incredible, genuine impact.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that success, that visibility, it creates the perfect template for the fakes. They're masters of mimicry. They use the same production style, the same kind of emotional journey in the video, those urgent calls to action. And, critically, they use fake testimonials, stuff designed to look exactly like the real successful campaigns.
So they're basically riding the coattails of genuine goodwill, using the emotional expectations set by legitimate creators. It's like, yeah, theft, but with an extra layer of emotional twisting.
That's a good way to put it. And the result is huge financial hit. That 40% of FTC losses, it works out to roughly $1 billion scammed every year just through this vlog format. And you see the backlash online when these things get exposed. People get furious. The sources mentioned some really extreme examples like that vlogger who faked having cancer just to get donations. Millions, apparently.
Ugh, that's just sickening. And it's exactly why we need to know how to spot this stuff. Okay, so let's pivot. Let's get practical. How do we actually defend ourselves? What are the concrete things you, the listener, can look out for? Let's start with red flag number 1, what the sources call emotional overload. The fakes are experts at weaponizing emotions. Think over-the-top dramatic music, those really slow-motion shots of supposed victims, and those aggressive guilt trips, if you scroll past, you're heartless, that kind of thing.
Right. And the difference with genuine content is usually pretty clear if you look closely. Real appeals balance the emotion with facts, with transparency, like charity. Water did a vlog in 2025. Yes, compelling stories, but they also showed project audits, real results that grounded it. Fakes often just push that urgency button relentlessly. Donate NW. This is the only chance. It's all heat, no light.
It really is emotional blackmail dressed up as charity. So here's a simple test for you, the listener. When you feel an intense emotional pull, pause the video, just step back for a second and ask, does this feel overly produced? Does it feel scripted for maximum drama? If the crisis looks a bit too perfectly filmed or the tears seem, I don't know, too well timed, that should set off alarm bells.
Yeah, absolutely. Which leads straight into red flag number 2. Transparency black holes. This is about what they don't tell you. It's often deliberately vague.
Right. They use really general phrases like helping children in need or supporting disaster victims, but who, where, how? They often skip those crucial details, especially where does the money actually go after you donate?
Exactly. And the legitimacy check here is critical. A real, verifiable flog will name the specific charity. Often they'll link to official documents like their IRS 501c status, it's the U.S. nonprofit verification. They should show you how funds are used. Maybe link to receipts, project updates, something tangible. Charity Navigator's 2025 report. It said 30% of known scams didn't have any verifiable organization tied to them.
Wow, 30%. So if the donate link just goes to like a personal PayPal or Venmo account, not an official charity portal, huge red flag. We really have to encourage you. Use tools like GuideStar. Check if the organization is actually registered before you give anything. If you can't find proof it legally exists, just walk away.
Definitely. And that brings us to red flag number 3. Misleading visuals and editing tricks. This is about how they manipulate what you see. Fakes will use sophisticated editing, but purely to drive views and donations. Staging scenes to look more dramatic, using generic stock footage that has nothing to do with the actual place or situation, even manipulating the visuals themselves.
Yeah, the sources mention CGI tears. Using digital effects to add fake tears, that's disturbing. Whereas genuine content, it often feels a bit more raw, less polished, maybe shaky camera work sometimes. And it's usually clearly location specific. You can see they're actually there.
Right. And look, platforms like YouTube are trying. Their 2025 report said their AI flags maybe 20% of manipulative vlogs, which is something, I guess. But it also means 80% are getting through, at least initially.
Yeah.
So the takeaway is you can't just rely on the platform to catch everything. You, the viewer, have to be the final filter.
We've talked a lot about the money, that $1 billion scammed. But you mentioned earlier, the real cost goes deeper, doesn't it? It's about trust.
It really is. And this connects to the bigger picture, the wider social impact. The long-term damage here is the erosion of public trust. Charity Navigator reported something really shocking. A 45% drop in donations to legitimate, verified charities right after major scams were exposed. Think about that. Nearly half the public pulls back support for genuine causes because they got burned by a fake video once.
45%? That's devastating. It means the emotional manipulation isn't just hurting the person who donated, it has knock-on effects, hurting real people who depend on actual aid. And the victims who donated to the fakes, they must feel heartbroken, realizing their good intentions were just hijacked.
Completely. And what makes it worse is the lack of awareness. That same YouTube report from 2025 is that 60% of viewers basically don't even know this kind of large-scale scamming using these charity vlogs is even a thing, 60%. That huge gap between the reality of the threat and public awareness, that's where these scammers thrive.
Okay, so the lesson from this deep dive seems pretty clear. By using these checks, looking for transparency, verifying the organization, really questioning that emotional manipulation, you become that scam-spotting super viewer we talked about. You make sure your generosity counts. Donate smart. Verify first. Feel second.
And maybe this leaves us with a final thought, something for you to chew on. If the platforms, with all their tech, are only catching about 20% of these fake vlogs, and we know 60% of people aren't even aware this is a major problem, what else needs to happen? What kind of education and maybe social campaigns do we need to bridge that massive awareness gap? How do we empower everyone to spot these fakes so the real charities get the support they actually need? It's a big question.
It really is a crucial question to think about. So take this knowledge, apply it next time you're scrolling, and make sure your kindness finds the right target. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. We'll catch you next time.